Okay, y'all. I want to talk to y'all about something. Now, this type of topic would really be on my other YouTube channel. Yes, I have another one. So, this channel right here is the channel I started when I was 17 years old. I started off this channel singing. Then it formed into like hair beauty content, right? And then I was doing travel vlogs, okay? Mind y'all, this is when I was 17 years old. That's when I first started YouTube, okay? When I was 10 years old, my mom had me go to this camp, right? And it taught me how to film with a camcorder, iMovie, how to make a website, and stuff of that nature, right? Okay, boom. That was a camp here in Wisconsin. So, as I was doing content here on this channel, I didn't know what I was doing anymore with this channel. I got to a certain point and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with this channel. I really don't know what to upload anymore. And so I stopped uploading onto this channel. And then I came back and then I became like a doll collector. And I was collecting a lot of dolls and I was just doing unboxings of the dolls. Then once I stopped collecting the dolls, that's when I stopped um posting over here. But in the meantime, in the background, I was on this other YouTube channel because somebody had asked me, they was like, girl, where did you go? They was like, I can't find you on social media. I'm on social media, I just be migrating. Okay, so anyways, I was on my other YouTube channel, and that one really talks about like entrepreneurship or however. And so if y'all been watching my live videos, right? Y'all been seeing me shuttle driving. Okay. So is it me? But it just seemed like the state of the world is moving over to independent contractor work. Like everybody has their businesses, or everybody has their tools, everybody has their vans, everybody's being a medical courier or however, right? Or people are braiding hair and da da da. So I had like a couple videos on here where I was braiding hair, right? That's just, you know how you have different things you know how to do in the background, but you don't always put that on forefront. So yes, I know how to braid hair. It's just becoming, because the job market is so bad, it's like it's becoming that everybody has to do like some type of independent contractor work. Hey, I'm in Wisconsin. It's like everybody got to do independent contractor work. So when I'm like shuttle driving, when I go live with y'all and I'm shuttle driving, it's like a form of independent contracting. Okay. So then on top of that, then I just left out of somebody's office yesterday to do some more independent contract. It's like literally the ways that I try to navigate money these days is independent contracting. And then everyone's like, I want to be a content creator. Let me tell you something. There was a point somewhere when I was like 17, when I was younger, when I first started this channel. There was a point where I did want to be a content creator, but actually, I don't want to be a content creator. I'm just somebody who does content. So it's kind of like, if y'all know who Tony Gaskins is here on YouTube, he's like a coach. He's he's a life coach and a relationship coach, right? So he has said this one time, right? And he was like, I'm not a YouTuber. He was like, I'm a business owner, but I use YouTube to, like do video marketing and funnel through his people and find his audience, right? I said, okay. So it's like after I heard him say that, I'm like, okay, I'm about to start utilizing YouTube to just find my people, right? And then create something to where I am like I'm helping other people through my content, which is kind of like business or independent contract work. So with that being said, it just seemed like the state of the job market, y'all. It's not go find you a job, go find you a job. If you can go find you a job, go and do that. If you can find part-time work, go and do that. But at the same time, it's like you got to balance all of this stuff at once. And that's what it seems like right now or today. in these times. And somebody was saying that like they feel like the job market right now, they feel like we going backwards in like the economy, or we going backwards in the job market. It's kind of like everybody has their skill, everybody has their trade. And it's so funny because I was a person who went to trade school. Like, yes, I went to university. Like, I started off in a university, but I was like, I don't like this. And I just stayed in a trade school and I got my trade. I had got like two different trades, believe it or not. Okay, so I had got two different trades and I already knew how to web design. I already knew how to do that ever since 12 years old. I already knew how to video edit it. That's how I started getting on here on YouTube when I was 17 years old. So, with that being said, I'm finding myself having to independent contract. So, like I said, like y'all see me do my live videos and I'm driving a van or I'm driving a school bus, that's shuttle driving. Okay, so I drive people to concerts, games, and fairs and whatever else is going on, in my town. However, so that's one thing that I do. So then here's another thing that I'm about to venture into and be a travel consultant. Okay, boom. So my content here, if y'all new to my channel, y'all would know that I started my channel off singing. So thus, like I said, it then turned into hair, then it turned into travel vlogs. So then now here I am years later in my 30s, right? Years later in my 30s, I'm like, okay, I'm about to come back to this channel. And I'm still going to incorporate music and travel. Boom. So that's when I came up with R&B, concert, and travel bestie. So basically, I get people to travel through concerts. Okay, boom. So I know a lot of people are like, I don't really have money for travel, or I don't really know how to get started, or so many moving parts, or however, right? Okay, so boom. So a lot of my content is gonna be around music. It's gonna be around like travel and what to pack and what outfits to bring, blah blah blah. So it's gonna give you like that music, it's gonna give you that travel, and it's gonna give you a smidge of beauty and like like things to pack, like a fan, a power bank, all the goodies that you will pack for like a concert or however. So there's an audience where, like, I was talking to the travel people yesterday. I was in a office. I'm not gonna say what brand yet. I can't say what brand yet. Okay, but yeah, I can't say yet because I was looking over their independent contractor. What do you call that? Contract. So I was looking it over, but I still got a few questions before I actually sign on the thing and actually officially become a travel consultant, right? Okay, boom. So that's some more independent contractor work. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, I get people to travel through concerts. So a lot of people are just like, I can't fathom like traveling. Like some people, they're like, I don't have a big budget. Can't go on a cruise, or they're like, I don't have a lot of family, or I don't want to go on a long vacation. Like there are some people like me. I'm the type of person where when I say I'm going on vacation, I just want like 3 days. I just want like a 3-day trip. I don't want like, a whole week's long. Now, some people, when they say vacation, they want to go to a whole week long excursion. That's not me. That is not me. 3 days is good enough, and I'll be ready to come back home. I don't know about y'all. Okay, y'all let me know. Okay, I don't know what they putting up in here, but we talking about travel. Okay, we talking about travel and independent contracting. That's what we talking about up in here. Okay, so what else am I saying? Yeah, so I help people want to start having fun and giving yourself a mental health day from all of this, work, and you got to do this and you got to do it and you got to always be on top of stuff. And it's like, dang, when do you ever have a break for you to relax? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me take my love for music and travel, put it together, and then I'll niche in like I said, concerts, but also when I do travel, I want to do like Nashville, where it's like rock, and then it's like country, and then it's like R&B, and then they have like the African American museum with the music. Basically what I'm saying is um I want a group of people that likes music, but they use music as an excuse for travel, basically. So then I get people started, like, let's say, you're like, okay, well, I do want to go to such and such concert, and you find out, they coming into town through Ticketmaster or however, or you actually watch my mini music podcast. I have a mini music podcast, and I'll put a playlist here on my YouTube channel. Slowly, I'm slowly building that. Um, so yeah, I just get people to start traveling slowly, and then it'll be like a one night overstay. Then it could be like, the weekend trip, and then if you want to, it can turn into like a whole week. But then you can, you funny, but but then like it grows over time. So like for the people that's like, I really don't have a travel budget, you can start overnight, then you can do weekend, then you can do like a week, and it doesn't have to just be cruises, it can be everything else or however. Oh, thanks so much. I can sing some Beyonce, comment a Beyonce song. I sing it. I'll do it for you. Like I said, I started this channel off singing. So I was like, you know what? Let me take my love for music and my love for travel, put it together, and then actually help people start to travel, especially if they never been nowhere. Like a lot of people be like, oh, these people, they not cultured, they don't go nowhere, all they do is work and go home. But it's like, okay, well, let me start getting folks moving. Let's get folks moving, okay? And let's start off with the concert for them, and they just go overnight. So like for an example, I just left Chicago, right? For the Usher and Chris Brown, right? Okay, boom. So I came up with, you gotta vlog that, you gotta tell people what all they need to pack, what all, what is good, like emergency things to even have at a concert. Because like I have this MP3 player, y'all. Yes, I still have an MP3 player, but it's like an upgraded modern version. um I would try to find it. It's probably somewhere, but I got like an upgraded version of the MP3 player, right? But then it's got like apps on it too. So it almost worked like your phone as well. But I had that on a train, and it was a lady, she was sitting next to me, and then I had showed it to her, and then she was like, "Oh, why do you need that?" Like everybody be like, yeah, everybody will be like, don't you just have a phone? You can listen to music on your phone. It's like, yeah, you can, but when you traveling and you're gonna be using your phone a lot to like vlog and stuff. So I have that MP3 player as well too. Like let's say I need a lift, right? Because I use Lyft when I travel, right? Let's say my phone died out, but then I still have my MP3 player, and my MP3 player still has apps, so I can still get to a lift, or I can still get to whoever on my MP3 player as well, and then I can listen to music, or I can even read a book on my MP3 player. So uh I wonder I wonder if I can grab it. Let me see. Okay, y'all, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is, but I would have showed it to y'all. Yeah, I don't know where it is. But like I said, I didn't even finish unpacking. Like I literally just came back home like 2 days ago. So it's probably, I don't know, packed up somewhere. I'll find it. It ain't that hard. It wouldn't be that hard to find, but I have that too. But I was like, yeah, in case your phone die or something, then you have that MP3 player, and you still can lift and get you a ride, or however you still connected. You go to somewhere and connect to their Wi-Fi, and you still good even if your phone die out. Like they say, you do get a power bank, right? Okay, then you gotta wait for your phone to charge with the power bank. So shit, you waiting for that. So I'm like, yeah, you still need this MP3 player though. And she was like, oh, that do make sense. I'm like, yeah. It's like, man, cause I had found it on Amazon, and I was like, wait, what? Cause I think I saw somebody with one, and I was like, what is that? And it was like, this is an MP3 player, and I was like, what? Man, I'm good for an MP3 player. Let me tell you, I'm still good for an MP3 player. But anywho, like I said, with independent contractors. So it's just like, cause like everybody talks about how people are employed, but they don't have, like, you could be employed, but you still not making the money that you want to make. And I just keep finding things that's like independent contracting. So then on top of that, it's like, okay, I know YouTube, I know video editing, I been web designing. I'm about to put this shit all together. Okay? Cause my other YouTube channel, I talk more about like web design and like digital design. However, when I say digital design, I'm talking about your website, your link pages, your landing pages, like basically your systems that you build in order to, have your own business type of thing, or to independent contract, or however have your own portfolio. I'll talk about that on my other channel. But here I talk about colliding music and travel, putting it together, and then me being a travel consultant for the people who actually want to go out and do stuff. Like some people, they be like, I do want to go to a concert, but I don't know what all it entails, because it's not just buying a simple ticket. It's also you navigating um wherever the stadium is. Like for an example, like I said, I just left the Usher and the Chris Brown. It was effing nuts. It was effing nuts, and it was off on Instagram. I don't know if y'all saw that, but Chicago is Soldier Fields, right? And they had this video. It was like it's the tsunami of people, and we was all trying to get up out that stadium, and they didn't have no security. They didn't have no security. Like when we first got it, let me tell you, when we first got in Soldier Fields for that concert, it was August the 22nd. Yeah, because they had two shows. They had one for the no, I'm saying it wrong. They had August the 22nd. They had August the 23rd. I went on the 23rd. Okay, so that was Saturday. Yeah, that was Saturday. So we going. First of all, I'm used to. Okay, so I'm from Milwaukee. Okay, so I'm used to when you go into a big music venue or you go to a big festival or however. I'm used to the security being right there by the metal detection, bag checking you. However, and then once you done with your bag check, then it's the ticket takers. Okay, but when we went to Soldier Fields, okay, this
I do
how
not have
I'm go.
access to your personal history or past experiences, so I cannot know when you visited Soldier Field. I can, however, provide information about the history of the stadium if you would like.
Girl, these devices be listening. Anyways, you about to throw me off track. What was I saying? Okay, so we went inside the Soldier Field. Like I said, I'm used to it being the security folks at the front. So you gotta have a clear bag, this and that, because if it don't match, they're gonna have you turn back around. They're gonna be like, you gonna need to put that somewhere. You gotta turn back around, put that somewhere. Okay. Because that's one thing of navigating concerts and stuff. Like, if you don't have the right bag and you try to come in with certain stuff, they're gonna have you turn around. They're gonna confiscate your stuff. Either or. Just like airport security. Them concert folk, they don't play either. They don't play either. So, anyways, I'm used to it being like that. No, when we got to Soldier Fields, it was just like this open space. Okay, this open space. And then you walk right up the stairs. They got these two poles, like they got two metal detection poles, but they not bag checking whatsoever. They not bag checking whatsoever. And I'm not used to that because where I'm from, they bag check everywhere. Like you go to I ain't trying to say all the places, but you go to this one place, they bag checking. You go to this other place, they bag check. And they bag checking. They looking all through your stuff. Okay. They didn't do none of that at the Soldier Fields. Okay. So then once you go through them little poles, then they just had this little scanner thing standing there, and they was like, oh, just put your phone right here and then scan it. And then you already in that thing. So then the way that it's built, I'm gonna make a different video about this, but I don't want to talk about it for so long. However, but I got a different video where it's like I'm reviewing it. Then I'm trying to edit my vlog for that whole Soldier Field. So I'm doing this one at a time, and I'm already planning out my playlist so that everybody understand what this channel is for and how I could be your travel consultant to help you start traveling, because it's just traveling starting out small to real big. Or if you want to if you want to start with a big cruise or you want like a big family vacation, then I can book that too. But it's for people who want to slowly start trickling themselves in, and how I do that is through music and it's through concerts, okay? Because I have lots of concert footage on my phone, and that's why I was like, shit, let me just combine the two, okay? And then plus the people who used to meet on this channel, however, the people who, and the way we was trying to exit, about that Soldier Fields, there was no security. There wasn't. And then you try to get on, matter of fact, and it's 4 levels. You couldn't get on that elevator. You sure couldn't. You couldn't get on the elevator. You had to walk all the damn stairs. You did. And I had heels on. I sure did. I sure did. But I'm gonna have a different video talking about that. But anywho, this video right here, I just wanted to say like the state of, the job market and where folks gonna have to turn, because it's just like people just don't, they don't want to face the truth, or they like, you got to start thinking more entrepreneurial. You got to. You got to start thinking more entrepreneurial. Like even through, these social media platforms. Like use them the way that they need to be for youth. And a lot of people are talking about how, YouTube has the 80,000 watch hours rule, and it's supposed to start in February, and I'm unfazed because I don't use YouTube the way that everybody else uses YouTube. Like I see YouTube differently than everybody else. It's almost like I even see 9 to 5s differently than everybody else see them. Because y'all think it's a set rule and you must do it this way. No. No. That's why they be like the rich are rich for a reason, because they know the loopholes. You gotta find the loopholes. Just like look at how things are laid out, and then be like, okay, well, what if I did this instead? What if I did it this way, but then I curved off to the left like this? Okay? Ah! Yes, an MP3 player is it. I'm telling you. But yeah, and it say Chris Brown pull you on the stage. Mm, I think I would be more excited if Eric Bellinger pulled me on the stage. Not Chris Brown. Like I like Chris Brown, but I don't like Chris Brown that bad. Okay. And speaking of, I seen Chris Brown. My second ever concert I ever went to was a Chris Brown concert. My first ever concert was Fantasia. And when I went to see Chris Brown, that second time I was there by myself. I went by myself. So I'm used to going to concerts by myself. And I basically teach other people like how to travel, the how to navigate whatever stadium you going to, what type of gates, if you're gonna take a train, if you're gonna take a plane, if you're gonna take a lift or however. So I basically get people traveling through music and through concerts. Okay. So that's what this channel is about. And then I'll have like mini music podcasts where I announce who on tour. Then y'all can get on the podcast too, and we can reminisce about old music and stuff like that. But I am strictly R&B. I'm not all music. I'm just gonna let you know that R&B up over here. I can talk about some old R&B stuff, and help other people start traveling. So that's what this gonna be about. And then y'all gonna find out some other talents that I have in the meantime. But it's really to get people traveling and to take a break from working all the damn time. That's is to give people a relief. It's to give people a release. It's to give people to know how to navigate travel, because a lot of people they feel like they have to travel with other people because they feel like somebody is more capable of getting into places, but it's just like if you want to go, you want to go. And that's what I was talking about on one of my videos when I go live when I'm a shuttle driver, when I'm shuttle driving with y'all. I'm like, sometimes I like going places by myself because I don't have stragglers behind that really don't like what, I want to do. And this girl was just talking about that yesterday on Instagram, and she was like, or was it TikTok? It probably was TikTok, and she was like, I was solo traveling, but then I started to do group traveling, and she like, I don't like this group traveling because I can't do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's basically what she said, and I'm like, see. And she's like, I gotta consider a whole group. Yeah, cause then it'll be somebody be like, well, I don't want to do that, and then you just be like, why I gotta go? Why I gotta listen to what you don't want to do? Hell, let me go and scope out something I really want to see. Because sometimes it's something you really want to see, and then the person you go with just like, I don't want to do that. Like I remember that stuff as a child, right? And you'll be like let's say y'all go on a school field trip, right? And it'll be like the zoo or something, and then they'll have the group or whatever, and then they're like, okay, well, who's in favor of doing such and such? Then all these people raise their hand. You the person who don't raise their hand, and then it be the other way around. Then it be you want to raise your hand for something and everybody else don't. Then you be like, well, what the fuck? Then I want to see what I want to see. Okay, period. So yeah. So I'm just like, it seemed like it's gonna have to be independent contracting. So then I'm like, well shoot, how else? I'm like, well shoot, how else do I take my skill and make monetize that? Because at this point it's like the job market is where it is, and everybody just gonna have to take everything that they know how to do and monetize that ish. Start creating your platforms, your YouTube, your whatever, your websites, make you a portfolio, make you a link page, however, because this is the way to go. And I'm trying to tell y'all. And my other channel is Sultry Accessory, spelled with an I, both of them. My other channel, that's when I talk about digital design and creating yourself a platform and stuff like that. That's what I talk about over there. Okay. But yeah, and then I find myself like going back to this thing. Like if y'all watch my videos, you probably saw this before. This is my mannequin. My name was Yona at some point on this channel, and that was the last name that I had put on here prior to SultriDoll or whatever. So then now I'm like, well, damn, I feel like I'm gonna have to monetize that I know how to braid now. Like, man, that's where the job market is taking us. It's just like you gotta go back to everything that you know how to do and start monetizing it. Really. Cause I share in this playlist that I'm making. I'm still making a playlist. I just gotta tweak it. Like the videos are all ready to be put on this channel. They're all ready. I just gotta like make the titles and make sure the description is up to par. And then I have them all ready for everybody to watch. I just have to start scheduling them out so that they're out and they're trickled out and that they're to the public now. But that's how you gotta do it nowadays. You just gotta make your shit pop because you gotta make your own stuff pop and you gotta promote your own self and get on this internet and talk about what you need to talk about because the job market, it just is where it is and you can't be fussing about it. You just gotta find a new route. You gotta reroute yourself, and that's what life is about. And it's irritating. It really is. It's very much so irritating to feel like you gotta monetize everything that you do. Like people will be on here. Hold on, let me put this on here. Okay. Yeah, like people will be talking about like, oh, I don't want to put my life on the internet. You don't got to put your life on the internet, but you got to put something on there. You got to put something on the internet. at this point. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to do the front part of these braids. But yeah, like I said, you gotta monetize everything you know how to do. I literally just got done doing this. I did a little bit last night, I did a little bit this morning, and then I'm finna finish this off. And then once I finish this off, then I can post this onto Facebook, right? And then I'm about to, once I get done finishing this, then I'm about to go to the library, go finish up that playlist for the concert and the travel playlist that I'm gonna put here on the channel, so everybody know how this ish work and how I can get you to start traveling through music, through concerts, however. Or if you want to do a big family vacation, I can set that up for you too. Okay. So yeah. So then in the meantime, when I get done braiding this off, then I be like, okay, who who needs some styles for little girls? Like I'm telling you, you gotta monetize everything. Everything you know how to do, monetize it. Cause that's where we at. Everything you know how to do, monetize that thing. Just like I've been to plenty concerts. All I got in my phone is a bunch of concert footage. I'm like, shit, well, I'm about to get a group of people who love concerts just as much as I do, who like to travel just as much as I do, or want to travel, want to stick their foot into travel. You stick your foot into travel through music and concerts. Boom. And then you can start with an overnight, you can start with a weekend trip, or you can do a whole week. Or if you like, I already know how to travel, but I'd rather have somebody else like book and lay everything out and do like family cruises or family vacations, for a long amount of time, and you want to make excursions and like you want to build a whole itinerary, then I can do that too. So it's for both. So it's like two audiences here. So either you're a music head, you're a music lover, and you like concerts too, and you like watching my concert vlogs, or you like watching when I do my shuttle driving, or you like to see the travel vlogs slash the concert vlogs, and you want travel consulting. So that's a whole nother thing, because when it comes to travel, you gotta align everything up in order for ish to make sense. Like, how much time is it gonna take me to do this to get here? What transportation am I taking from here to here? Okay, what we gonna do once I get there? Like, you gotta plan out the whole entire thing. And some people, they're like, I'm not good at planning. I don't know how to. Oh, that's too much, right? And that's why you need a travel consultant. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just add concerts and travels together and get everybody who like to go to concerts, and everybody who like to travel, or everybody who want to travel, then they can come to my channel and tell me where they want to go, what concert they're trying to go to, so they know what all they need to bring, even for surviving the concert, surviving the stadiums, because they have stadium concerts now. It ain't just arenas. So they leveling this ish up, and it's like, if you want to survive these things, because the Soldier Fields, that was crazy. They had no security. None. None. When we was leaving up out of Soldier Fields on the 23rd. None. Like somebody said, that they didn't see not one security person. I didn't either. All I know is when Usher had sang Confessions, that's when I started walking up out of Soldier Fields. Because I'm like, when I got in that Soldier Fields, I was like, oh nah. Oh no, it's time for me to go. I was like, it's time for me to go. I said, because I knew it was gonna be nuts. It was nuts trying to get to the seats. It took forever to even get to your seat in that Soldier Fields. And I said to myself, I said, look, I don't think I'm going back to Soldier Fields, because that was too much. That was just, it was beyond me. And you know what's crazy? You want to know how it's beyond me? Okay, so tell me why, y'all, look. Tell me why I went to the bank, right? The day after. And I was talking to the bank teller, and I was telling her how crazy it was. And she was like, wait, I heard about that. And she was like, and this and this and this and this. And I said, yup. It was a mess. So like when you traveling, when you going to these stadiums, when you going to these concerts, it could really be chaotic. It could really be a mess. So it really does help to have, like a travel advisor, or like I said, a vacation consultant, and like what hotels to go to, what hotels to not go to, looking at the reviews, and because you want to have a great overall experience. So I'm here about experiences, having fun, giving you a mental health day, relax, relax the mind, because we all just be working too damn much. Okay. All right, so I'm about to get off of here. I'm about to do this, and then I'm going back to the library so I can finish this playlist. And then the playlist that I'm about to have on this channel, it should be done within, I would say, by next week. You should see it by next week for sure, for sure. Okay, if y'all don't see it, y'all probably start seeing the videos play out on Sunday. Honestly, okay, play out on Sunday. Yeah, I could probably have the videos play out on Sunday, because today I'm just finishing up the playlist, and then tomorrow I just gotta go meet with this guy for our office space. But otherwise, that I should be scheduling out all the videos for the playlist for y'all who like concerts and who want to travel. So that'll be up here. But I'm about to go.